So we've just got a very, very exciting fight announced for UFC 285. So this is about 2.5 to 3 weeks notice. On short notice, we're going to be having Mateusz Gamrot step in and fight Jalin Turner here. Jalin Turner originally scheduled to fight Dan Hooker, who I believe is a little bit down in the rankings from Jalin number 11. But now the number 7 ranked Mateusz Gamrot has stepped in on short notice to fight Jalin Turner. And that really is like an indication of the hustle of both of these guys, you know what I mean? And I would almost say, especially for Mateusz Gamrot here, fighting down in the rankings on 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks or so notice against the number 10 ranked dangerous Jalin Turner as well. So I feel like the winner of this fight, especially if it's Jalin Turner, is probably a couple of good wins away from a title shot, you know what I mean? And maybe even then, if Gamrot can win this fight, he might fight Artem Sarukian. But before I get into the breakdown and prediction and all that sort of thing, shout out to Jalin Turner's manager. I believe Jalin Turner's mum is his manager, so shout out to Jalin Turner's mum for commenting on my channel and maybe giving me a little bit of an inside scoop on this fight. I asked her if it was going to be Drew Dober stepping on short notice, because Drew Dober has been calling out Jalin Turner for a while now, like not too much, but a while now, and Drew Dober seemed to be very interested in the matchup, but he wasn't willing to fight on UFC 285. Jalin Turner wanted to fight UFC 285 because it's the Jon Jones pay-per-view. I mean, it's a massive opportunity for Jalin Turner to make a big name for himself. Main card of the Jon Jones pay-per-view, and even then Mateusz Gamrot must see the same sort of opportunity there to really boost his name, because this is going to be a huge event. Like, this event is probably going to do about 1 million pay-per-view buys. I would be surprised if it did less than 800,000 at least. There's going to be a lot of people watching this fight, and it does make sense why Jalin Turner would want to maintain that UFC 285 main card slot. So, good for him, and shout out to his mom again. She's a really nice person. I really do appreciate the little inside scoop. She didn't tell me who it was, but she did tell me, like, where in the rankings the fighter that stepped in on short notice was. So, shout out to her for letting me know that. Thank you very much. I'm hyped for this fight, though. It's good. It's very fun. It's going to be very interesting because we're going to see Jalin Turner's grappling and wrestling really tested here, because Mateusz Gamrot, I don't think it's a stretch to say, but Mateusz Gamrot is definitely one of the best wrestlers in the lightweight division. I think he's definitely a top 5 wrestler, pure wrestler in the lightweight division. Maybe even top 3 just in pure wrestling, because this guy's wrestling and grappling is super, super good. And we're about to see how good is Jalin Turner's wrestling and grappling, because we know he's got power on the feet. We know he can put the lights out. We've seen him knock out Jamie Mullarkey. We've seen him hurt Brad Riddell and then sub them with a guillotine after Brad Riddell shot for a takedown. But this is a big step up in competition for Jalin Turner. It really is. He is sitting at number 10 in the rankings. I believe it's because Brad Riddell was ranked pretty highly at the time of him getting a win, and then kind of everything's moved around below him, so now he's bumped up to number 10. But it's time to find out, you know what I mean? Like, how good is Jalin Turner really? Like, is Jalin Turner the title challenger that everyone's saying he is? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm picking him to win this fight. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. I was actually... It's so ironic, though, because I was kind of 50-50 on if I thought he was going to beat Dan Hooker. But that's just because Dan Hooker's my favourite fighter. You can't actually see it, but above the Artem Lobov signature is actually a Dan Hooker fight shirt. So, yeah, you know I'm a big fan of Dan Hooker. You can't see it in the video, though, but it's there. Yeah, I love this. I love the fight, though. But Mateusz Gamrot, short notice. Jalin Turner's dangerous in the first 2 rounds, man. He really is. Like, he's... It's going to be interesting. It really is. We're going to find out the level of Jalin's grappling and wrestling for sure. I'm pretty sure he was probably planning on striking with Dan Hooker because he probably thought that he had the size advantage and he probably would have been able to knock him out. But now he's fighting Mateusz Gamrot, and he's probably not going to want to wrestle and grapple with Mateusz Gamrot. You know, he does have a pretty nasty guillotine sub, which he has got a couple of times. He's actually got really good submissions, which is good. But it's usually set up by his crazy power on the feet. And this guy is not small for the weight class whatsoever. He's 6'3" at lightweight, so he's one of the tallest fighters on the UFC roster in the lightweight division. I believe Sam Patterson is probably the tallest lightweight. He's 6'4", which is unreal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight. Mateusz Gamrot, obviously, he's a little bit shorter with a shorter reach as well. But he's a wrestler, you know what I mean? He's going to want to close the distance and want to take down Jalin Turner. Definitely, I see a route to victory for Mateusz Gamrot here. Use the wrestling, use that grappling as well. And it's not like, you know, we just saw him come off a very close fight against Artem Sarukian. Personally, myself and many others do think that Artem Sarukian won the fight. But it's still a credit to how good his grappling is. And then he fought Beneil Dariush as well, and he lost that fight, but it was still pretty competitive in the wrestling and grappling. And we know how good Beneil Dariush is, you know what I mean? So this is going to be a fun fight. I really look forward to it, but I think Jalin Turner on the feet is so dangerous. I think he's just going to catch the short notice Mateusz Gamrot, but I really am going to give the credit to both Gamrot and Jalin, but honestly, mainly Gamrot for taking this fight on short notice. The number 7 ranked dropping down to the number 10 ranked guy on short notice, and after this, who do they fight? You know what I mean? Because if Jalin Turner can beat Mateusz Gamrot, he's probably going to take the number 7 ranking over top of Arman Tsarukyan, and from there, Jalin Turner can fight kind of anyone, you know what I mean? He could probably fight Arman Tsarukyan maybe. I'm not too sure why RDA is still in the lightweight rankings. He wants to move to 170, but that doesn't matter. He could probably fight Arman Tsarukyan, RDA. Obviously, Michael Chandler's going to be out. Beneil Dariush and Olives might be fighting, but if he beats Mateusz Gamrot by finish and then calls out Beneil Dariush or Charles Oliveira, I don't see why he doesn't even get those matchups himself. Justin Gaethje's going to be out for a little bit. Dustin Poirier seems to think that he wants to get a title shot. I think Dustin Poirier just needs to give up on the title, to be honest, and fight someone that's up and coming, you know what I mean? Jalin Turner versus Justin Gaethje. No, so just Dustin Poirier would be crazy, but I think more likely to happen, I think maybe the winner of this fight, especially if it is Mateusz Gamrot, probably fights Arman Tsarukyan, and then from there, they're one fight away from a title shot. They really are. You know what I mean? I feel like that would kind of be how the UFC lightweight rankings would work out. But the problem is Volkanovski's in there as well. Volkanovski's doing his thing. He's obviously the featherweight champion. Arguably beat Islam Makhachev on some people's scorecards. I thought that Islam Makhachev won the fight. But the second round, in my opinion, is 50-50. It could go either way. It's good. This is a good fight, man. I'm looking forward to it too. This is going to be crazy. I really think this is going to be a good scrap. I'm going with Jalin Turner by KO, though, man. I don't know if there's, like, too much proof to back it up, honestly, but I don't know, dude. He's just so much bigger than Gamrot. He's got crazy KO power. He's massive for the weight class. His wrestling has seemed to be pretty good so far in his career. His grappling's really good, too. He's got submissions in the UFC. Went on a little bit of a submission streak. So yeah, I'm seeing Jalin Turner also make rapid improvements as well and prove me wrong multiple times. So I'm going to ride with him on this one. Go with Jalin Turner by KO, first or second round. Looking forward to it though. If Mateusz Gamrot wins, it probably would be with the wrestling, obviously, and it would probably be a decision. So either Jalin Turner by finish in the first couple of rounds or Mateusz Gamrot by decision is probably how I see the fight playing out. But let me know what you think in the comments. This is a hype matchup. I'm really looking forward to it, and it should be a fun one. UFC 285. Gonna be a good card, man. UFC 285 it's gonna be huge. I'm going to be buying the poster for this event when it comes out. It still hasn't been released, unfortunately, but I've got a little bit of money in savings so I can buy this poster. I mean, sorry, it's gonna be very expensive, but I believe everyone on the card signs it. You guys know how hyped I am for Esteban Ridovic. His signature will be quite good. Cody Garbrandt's signature, Ian Gary's signature. You know what I mean? These guys' signatures. Farid Basharat's an up-and-coming guy. That'll be cool signature as well. Shavkat. Obviously, I'll have Gamrot and Jalin Turner's signature on there too. Valentina Shevchenko's signature. And, of course, John Jones and Cyril Gahn at the top of the card, signing the face there. Bo Nickel, whatever, sorry. His signature as well could age quite well. This is going to be a crazy card, man. This whole card is stacked top to bottom. It looks like there's going to be 14 fights on the card. I'm pretty happy with that. I do like there being 15 fight pay-per-views. I love it when there's 15 fights on the card, but you can't complain when the card is this stacked, top to bottom. It's going to be bangers all day. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this card. It should be a fun one. Let me know what you think in the comments about everything, really. I'm interested. So, like, subscribe if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.